Hello, friends. Happy Valentine's Day. So, we've got here a pick a card reading, and we are looking into our new love paradigm today. So, this reading, by the way, is for any time that you really feel compelled to click on it. If it's not Valentine's Day and you clicked on it anyway, it's all right. There's something here for you. Um, so the way I think it's best to um, do this is if there's just one that you're attracted to, go for that one. But if you have multiples, view the one that you're most attracted to last so that it stays with you. So it's perfectly fine to do multiples. Some people will have multiple messages. So. I will give you a moment to choose and I'll see you soon. Oh, by the way, so we have number one. We start over here with the green, two pink, three orange, and four blue, and I'll have it uh, time stamped below. Okay, talk to you soon. Okay, so now let's unpack number one, which is the green flower. We have true healing occurs when I give myself permission to heal whatever feelings live below the triggers. It's a good message. Be generous. That has been a theme on this channel for a while. We're going to talk about be generous in a moment. Perspective. So, this goes very well with the true healing. When you give yourself permission to heal, you know, examining your triggers, working um, on your light and removing the debris that covers your light um, will really change your perspective because when you have your light shrouded with all sorts of things that trigger you and that um, make you resentful and mournful and that kind of thing, your whole life is kind of tainted. So be generous. I talk about a lot on this channel because we get the Six of Pentacles often lately, which is the one where this rich, like, I don't know, like 16th century merchant um, is handing alms to the poor type of thing, which is just an allegory for being generous in general. It almost never means monetary uh, generosity. So I say all that to say that Spirit has been lately telling the entire collective that because now is the time of changing paradigms, there's a lot of it's almost as if the entire collective is in a station, so to speak, like a train station, and each person is has his own destination, you know? And sometimes there are people who are in relationships who have known each other for a very long time that are destined for two different places, right? Two different paradigms that you have to part. Um, and a lot of us, especially on this channel, we are ascending. We are light workers. So we are ascending to heights that, the people that we love may not be going to, may not be headed for. So there's this leaving behind of a number of people in our lives. And in doing that, in our departure, we need to be generous because some of these separations can be kind of ugly because the person who's, you know, whom we're leaving can kind of be on this low vibration and be being not so nice about it and throwing barbs at us and that kind of thing. And that's what the Be Generous is about. And by the way, in this picture is kind of obscure, but you have like a bag here. I don't know if you see it, but there's a bag. Maybe we'll put it here. There's a bag in this little bubble here, and there's a drop of water coming out of it, right? And it kind of, to me, represents, this person, you that's ascending, that's moving, leaving someone behind, and then you're sending them a little bit of love. That's what this drop is, a little bit of your light and emotion that's, you know, conveys love. So be generous with your heart. Be generous with your light with this person while you're leaving them behind. Um, and this person really looks like they're floating upwards. They're really ascending. So our next card says prioritize self-healing right now. Put your needs above others for once. Be generous. But you're putting your needs above theirs, but at the same time, because you know how to get what you need, right? You are connected to spirit. You are connected to your inner light. These people that you're leaving behind may not be, right? So, yes, well, we'll get to it. It's time to focus on you. Yes, that's true. Self-healing takes time and a lot of self-love. Remember, open wounds don't heal into scars overnight. Take the time you need in order to feel happier and healthier within yourself. There is no rush. So, for those of you who are mourning over your losses, over the departures you need to take, you know, it's easier said than done. I can sit here and talk about, oh, you've got to, depart and you are ascending above this person, all this kind of thing. But when you get down into the trenches in the actual process, it's difficult, it's painful for both of you. And that's another interpretation of this drop is like there's a bag here and it, it depicts, traveling and departure, but there's sadness in this process. So giving yourself time to grieve, absolutely. You know, we talk about in the metaphysical communities. I know you haven't heard this for the first time here. You've talked about entering new paradigms and everything, but it's difficult. This looks like carnelian. Garnet. Garnets? Okay. This is really not the best picture of garnet. Garnet is really blood red. This really looks like orange and carnelian, but whatever. Garnet. What is it? Garnets are deep pomegranate to fiery red stones that have lit wrists for centuries. Say that a million times, 1,000 times fast. Garnets come in many forms like alamandine, grossular, and sesperitine, to name three. Never heard of them. Gorgeous garnets gush with positive vibes and are perfect sparkly accessories to an I got this attitude. Fabulous. Who needs it? Writers who aren't writing painters who aren't painting, and sexual beings who aren't sexing. Okay, that's interesting. Where to put it? Any place you want to make something, be it art, love, or dollar bills, y'all. Okay, this is a new deck, very unfamiliar to me, so you're hearing it for the first time here. When to use it? When you feel like the real you is getting lost in the sometimes shallow, often materialistic priorities of a likes driven culture. Okay. Get into your depth. So garnet. I love garnet. I have a garnet piece that I wear often. Um it does give me like a confident feeling. I wore it a couple of times on dates in the past, and it really does kind of make me feel sensual and attractive and that kind of thing. So, um, anyway, that is the kind of energy that one wants to carry with them in a new situation. Like I said, with like a first date type of thing. So, Four of Swords. Four of Swords talks about resting and taking a beat, which goes very well with the whole no rush and taking the time um, to heal scars and that kind of thing. So there's also a story to this card that comes to mind that doesn't come to mind very often. It's super rare. But my eye went to the soldier here and the sword below him. So this is a knight without his armor on, who is lying down after battle. And the story is that back in those days that there was a ritual that knights had after they came back unscathed or alive from a battle, and they would lie down in a coffin, reminding themselves of what they escaped, right? So that's what this is. So and it was supposed to um it was believed that this ritual made you stronger for the next battle. And in not and in being courageous and not being afraid to die and all that. There's a lot to it, but this is also, that tells us that you've been through a lot and that it's time to kind of look back at it in a healthy way and recognize that you're stronger for it. So that's what we have there. Six of Swords. This is moving on to, you know, brighter and better shores and moving away from, whatever battles or misery that you've been through in the past. And this is the gold foil tarot, by the way. And if you can see, too, the way the pattern is, it's kind of like a round um, pattern here. And it's looks very much like a portal, right? So they're just pushing off here and turning, they're about to turn into this portal. Um, Going off into the sunset type things. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is still in that, in keeping in the same energy where the Knight of Pentacles, it knows where he's going. Make no mistake. He is the one that out of all of the knights is standing still. The other knights, their horses are moving. It's very dynamic, but he is standing still. But or it appears that he's standing still, but he's just taking stock and making a game plan type of thing. But he knows where he's going. He's got his pentacle there. He's focused on his pentacle. He's on his way to abundance, but he's taking his time doing it. That reflects this. And this card about the not rushing. You'll get there eventually. There's no need to rush. What else we got, Spirit? Now, I know you're saying, well, this is a love reading. Why are we talking about abundance and pentacles? Well, because we're talking about a paradigm, a new paradigm. And it's this is about not about a specific person right now because you are switching paradigms. You are doing a quantum shift here. So this is about a new life. Love will be included, yes, but it's about building the life for yourself first. And Five of Wands, the logistics that it takes to build it, too. The Five of Wands can often mean conflicts and fighting and that kind of thing, but not always. It can also denote, activity and logistics and that kind of thing. So this is you putting your new life together. And again, putting your new life together. Seven of Wands. This is spirit agreeing with what I'm saying. Yes, logistics and, arranging your wands and sorting the wheat from the chaff, too, I'm hearing. So this is also here choosing what you do want and what you don't want. Very important, right? Because you've been through some things, some, toxic relationships and toxic friendships and things that don't serve you. So this is also what this is about. Five of Pentacles. This is the way one feels after they come out of a relationship that they, even though it may have been toxic, it was just something that was comfortable and familiar. And now you're, like homeless. You're without the familiar. What else we got? Okay. Ace of Pentacles. Abundance. So this is telling me, right? We've got pentacles here. So this is talking about having your own before you meet your significant other, which is also always great, right? That old story in the old paradigm of, like Prince Charming coming to rescue you. There's going to be none of that. You rescue yourself, you have your own, you know, so that when you meet that person, it's like, you know, I don't need you, but I want you, which is very different and much more satisfying of a relationship than needing a person, right? Five of Swords. This is moving away from, it's two things. Number one, it's moving away from gaslighting and people who don't value you and talk to you any old way, that kind of thing. But it's also the position that you are going to grow into as you do this healing and introspection. You are going to turn into this resilient person where if some of those people, those low vibrational 3D type people approach you, you're smarter than them. You are, you're hip to their game, and you can, laugh at it type of thing and take it in stride and walk away from them. Page of Wands. This is you after you've done your introspection. You are starting to make a plan. Wands and Pentacles you have, right? So you're like, but where are the cups? They will come after you go through this getting to know yourself, being better acquainted with your new self in the new paradigm. Judgment. Judgment is about, it's kind of like being a reborn type of card with guidance from spirit. And then revelations of everything, how to change, how to build your new castle in the new paradigm, your new space in the new paradigm, strengthening your connection to spirit. What else we got, spirit? I am speaking to some very, very, very strong people who have been through it. And I mean, it doesn't matter, Page of Pentacles, it doesn't matter how strong you are. When you've been through battle, you're going to be, your energy is going to be depleted. You're probably going to have some wounds, you know. There's a recovery period. But here you are, all of these pentacles, too, is not completely about money. It's also about health, but your spiritual health as well. This is all about recovery. So let's see. Let's do, yeah, have some clarification, Spirit. Dear. Knight of Cups. Here are the cups coming. Hold on. Are these supposed to be reversed? They are not. Okay, so I've got an upside down deck. Yes. Knight of Cups. Here he comes. Okay. So Knight of Cups. You see his horse is moving. It's different than this here. You're he's moving, but not as fast as like the Knight of Swords. This is your significant other making their way to you. This is what you want, wants you back. And but and this is perfect the way they're placed too. This is the like wounded warrior who is taking a moment, like taking a breath, like, oh, I'm tired. So for you, this is the I'm tired of waiting already card, you know? And here you are looking over at the Nine of Cups, where when are they coming already, right? Which I felt over here as I was putting down these cards. They're coming. There's just some work you need to do first. There's some more falling in love with yourself you need to do before you fall in love with someone else. Huh? Two of Wands, right? This is a choice. Twos always mean a choice. This is a choice that you're making to look forward and look he's facing over here. This is the work that you know you need to make to prepare yourself for your Knight of Cups. Six of Cups. Six of Cups often means the nostalgia card, and it has a slightly negative connotation where it's kind of like, oh, you're foolish to be looking into the past and that kind of thing, which sometimes it kind of means that in various ways, but here this is more an energy of purity and pure, innocent, real love with pure intentions, which is also what the Knight of Cups is. Okay, yeah, see. So this all ties in, right? So we started with the pentacles and the swords and the wands and the everything that I said, the work that you need to do. And then here is spirit saying, but look, it's here, it's coming. You do have a cup, but it's a little distance. It hasn't arrived yet. There's some work that you need to do. But the love that you want is coming and it's real. It's not what you've experienced in the past, the gaslighting and the ugly words and the verbal abuse and all that business and the not putting you first. What happened here? Got a jumbled deck. Um, this is someone who knows how to love you, who sees you for what you're worth. This is the love that you've always waited for. Maybe even since childhood, right? But there's a but here. But you need to get over, see you how you have the Five of Pentacles twice here, reinforced. This is like the same story being told twice, where, yes, all of this, but you need to get over this feeling of homelessness, right? Because after you've been separated from this person, there's an emptiness that you feel and a lack. So you need to get over this lack and grow into a more, home is where the heart is, not where this person that you left is. So, but you grow that feeling over time. And that's why you're on this leg of the journey on your own. Because you need to grow into that feeling where you feel loved wherever you are, with whoever you're with, and that you don't need another person to feel that love. That when you're with your Knight of Cups, you can enjoy it on a different level where it's not like an ache and a need of having them to make your life better. Your life is already better on your own, and they're just the cherry on top. Okay. So I think that's probably the reading, unless, yeah, no, that's the reading. So I hope this left you with a new, renewed feeling of hope and direction, because that is what this channel is really for. Um, Growing together. So I hope this resonated. If it did, please subscribe, and I'd be honored if you take me along on your journey. And comments. I respond to every single comment. I love comments. I love engaging with all of you. So feel free, please. I will speak to you soon. Love, light, and many blessings. Okay, guys. If you chose pile number 2, the pink flower, let's unpack this. We've got, whoops, I'm unapologetic about what I desire, and I trust that I will focus on what I focus on will grow right out of the bat, right out of the gate. Make a note of it. Make a note of what, Spirit? We'll see in a moment. Let's see what we got here. On the right path. Wow. Okay. So I already see that this group is really, you know where you're going. Of course, you will make mistakes, but the biggest one would be not to try. You have nothing to lose. This thing you have been thinking about for a long time. Just go for it. Better a oops. Better an oops than a what if. We are here to support you. This is spirit talking. But this is more like a confirmation than a suggestion or an urging, because I really feel like you know where you're going already. That's fantastic. And again, I forgot to mention and remind you that this is a love reading, yes, but this is love in a new paradigm. This is moving into a new paradigm. So a lot of this is, unpacking um, and building. What is it? Oh, I didn't even say Lemurian quartz we have here. What is it? Lemurian quartz is identifiable by its blushing hue and the ladder-like horizontal grooves that climb up its face. Its name is a shout out to Lemuria, a fabled lost continent whose highly evolved inhabitants, some far out folks insist, now live under Mount Shasta in California. Yeah, I've heard that. That's really makes me want to go to Mount Shasta, but it's supposed to be kind of dangerous too. People have disappeared. So who knows? Maybe they disappeared into Shangri-La. Who knows? Who needs it? Anyone in need of a vacation from their thoughts. We all probably need that vacation. Where to put it? Lemurians are like wands. Point them at body parts, friends, and other other crystals that need more juice. Okay. When to use it? Whenever someone or something you love needs a zap of healing energy, awaken your inner wizard or witch and cast a spell with Lemurian quartz. Very nice. Escape your mind. Okay. So this is about, okay, now I just got the download about making a note of it. Yes. So this is about, now I said you know where you're going. you're already on your way and you're unpacking, like I said, and you've got a lot of plans moving forward. And it's like, and I know this feeling, your excitement moving forward and that kind of thing, and the millions of ideas and downloads that you're getting. Um, but this is also about not forgetting to do the self healing, the self care, the taking a moment and relaxing and recharging and that kind of thing. And while you're doing the recharging, in the recharging, you don't, we can't help it, right? We're humans with monkey minds. It's very hard to stop that monkey mind, especially when we're in this productive, creative stage of entering the new paradigm. So Spirit is saying, make a note of it. You know, there's a person here, and then there's an angel and a dove. This is about the downloads and the incoming of the many, many downloads that you're going to be getting. So you don't have to put them all, implement them all at the same time, right? So this is keeping a journal and writing it down. And this is something that I talked about in many of the yearly videos that I did, where, and I'll leave a link to the playlist somewhere, and I'll put an end screen, and maybe in the descriptions below you can choose your sign and listen to that yearly. I talk about that, about the incomings, because it's happening to me, right? I have a million ideas at once all day, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm constantly writing them down. That's what this make a note of it says. That you don't have to do everything at once, just write it down and come back to it later. Give yourself a break and your mind a break. Yeah. Hopping in a bathtub or going to a spa, treating yourself to, going to the park or something, a museum, botanical garden, zoo, something that can get you away from your planning mind for a moment. Okay, what else we got, Spirit? Well, okay. Let's see what this is. The Hanged Man. Huh. But it's reversed. Okay. Okay. Spirit says it's supposed to be reversed. I think I'm getting it now. The download's coming. Okay. This one. No. Queen of Cups. Any of these? Yes. Queen of Wands. Seven of Pentacles. Reversed. Any of these? This one? This one? This one? Okay. So let's see what we got. We've got the Hangman reversed. So this is saying, yes, you know where you're going. Yes, you're getting those downloads and everything, but there's still some assessment you need to do about what you've been through in the far and recent past and what you need to see moving forward. And that's what this, even though you're on the right path, this talks about here escaping your mind. Um, the quieting of your mind is going to give you the perspective that you need, and being able to see the path even clearer than you're seeing it now, because you see it pretty clearly. Page of Cups. Yes, reversed. Page of Cups reversed is about the fact that you're hesitant to really look at love right now. Even though you opened this reading, it's kind of like you've got one toe in the water type thing, where yes, you want a new love, but you don't know about that at the same time. Like you're saving yourself for something better, but also you know that you're not ready for it yet. You know that there's some building that you need to do, but you are tired. Seven of Pentacles reverse says. It's kind of like, yeah, I'm building, but this is exhausting, which is coming up a lot in the readings in different ways. There's a lot of like a Nine of Pentacles, wounded warrior, exhausted warrior type energy. Seven of Pentacles is really looking at your effort and whether it's worth the effort that you're making and whether you're really getting anywhere. Okay, Four of Wands is also reversed, which makes sense, right? It matches with the Page of Cups. Like there is a harmonious relationship that you envision in your mind that you haven't been able to manifest yet. But that's what all this work that you're doing is for. You will be able to. There's the Queen of Cups. This is all very healthy energy, though. This is emerging from a life that you were unsatisfied with and really seeing your worth, um, being tired of the effort that you've made in the past and getting nowhere. By the way, um, hold on. Death is reversed? Death is reversed. Okay. Um, I was talking about the yearlies. If you haven't seen your yearlies yet, you should really have a look because the yearlies really talk about the astrology that we're moving into, which is very, very positive, by the way. But it also explains why you and the collective have been in the past decade plus going through hell, right? All of the things that you've worked towards kind of fall apart and don't turn out the way you want them to. You feel exhausted from, you know, not getting results from your efforts and that kind of thing. And you get a lot of answers to as to why that happens in those yearly readings. So I really recommend you look at those. Um, Queen of Wands is about, this is a very, very healthy energy in the midst of all of this. The Queen of Cups is one who values her own heart, values herself, keeps her heart encased in this covered chalice that is very trophy like and will be given to the right person in the right time and will not be extended until then, right? And she's sitting in this throne, um, very regally with the water around her. Like her heart is not hardened. She's got her emotions around her, but she has it encased and reserved, right? And this is what I was saying before that you know there is a love that you envision that you haven't manifested yet, but you are preparing yourself for that. And Queen of Cups is, I was going to say hopefulness. It's more than hopefulness, it's a certainty that there will be someone to hand this trophy to. But there is still some work that you need to do. There are some things that you need to release from your past. That's why the death is upside down. The death is about endings, right? And reverse is about the ending not being completed yet, which is okay. It will be completed soon enough. Okay. What else we got, Spirit? We got three cards here. Okay, so this is a bonus card. This is a bonus card that comes with the deck. I keep bonus cards in if they've got descriptive images. This is like a second hermit card or a concentrated hermit card. This is female energy as opposed to the male hermit energy, where if you can see here, she is kind of wading through water here. This is her sorting through her emotions and focusing on her inner light. This is sorting through her emotions and the things that she's been through in a healthy way so that she can move onward. It's like she's wading through this water, she's moving forward. That will turn this death up right side up. Nine of Cups is emotional fulfillment that you're on your way to. That's what's waiting for you on the other end of this death that you need to sort through. The Empress reversed is about what you are going to grow into. You absolutely are the Empress now. You are an exalted, um, very worthy, and regal person sitting in your throne, pregnant with ideas, wealth about you, abundance about you, and a very comfortable and opulent life. But you are, even though you are the Empress, you are still building your kingdom. You will be living the full Empress life soon. This one, too. This one, and this one. Okay. So we have got Four of Pentacles. I don't know if this is this reversed. Okay. Four of Pentacles talks about grounding, but it's reversed. So this is more of an over controlling and being impatient kind of energy. So this is a message from Spirit that you need to be patient. You need to give yourself some time and don't try and force your death, your healing, not your physical death, obviously. The ending and the moving forth from whatever you're mourning over. The Page of Swords, also reversed. So the Page of Swords talks about a looking backward, oftentimes reversed. This can very much mean like spying, your significant other spying on you and also trying to come back. But also you looking back at them, maybe take it as it resonates. A person, if you're a person who is really checking your previous significant other's social, sorry, just taking a sip. I get tongue-tied when my mouth is dry. Um, Social media and that kind of thing. It's really not healthy. And that would also match with the death card here, where you're not letting things go, you're not letting things heal, and looking backward a lot, or in an unhealthy way, because looking backward doesn't always have to be unhealthy. Looking backward can be, you know, deriving coping mechanisms and tools moving forward. But this is more of a, kind of resentment and, kind of anger and lamenting type energy that you want to let go of. King of Pentacles. Wow, you've got almost all reversals here. King of Pentacles reversed mirrors the Empress card reversed, where you haven't yet grown into your stride type of thing. You haven't really seen that there's a throne there for you, right? Like when you come out of relationships that are unhealthy, there's a knocking down of self-esteem and a wounding that the King of Pentacles is unfazed by. You will be here soon. You will be firmly planted with your feet on the ground and managing things well. But when you're in a state of grief, you're not sitting firmly in your throne and you're not managing things quite as well the way you would like to. So, and all of this is okay. This is not criticism. This is just reflecting where you are now, which is the wound licking stage. This is the healing stage. The Chariot, and look, it's upright. So this is Spirit saying, it's kind of a move on energy, but it's not, but still you need to take your time doing it. But this is, let's start working on closing out this death and moving forward without a forceful connotation to it, right? There's no urgency here, but it's just a gentle message of let's start looking forward now. This came out in the last reading where, and it's upright, right? So, Six of Cups upright in this situation means that you have, and it came out over here over the Chariot. So this is saying this is what you want to move towards, which is a pure love, a genuine love, a love that of a lifetime that you've been waiting for a very long time since you were a kid. That love exists, but you need to work towards it and move towards it and do the work on yourself that you need to do to get here and to get here to the Nine of Cups. This also came out in the last reading. This is the managing of what you want and don't want in life, right? He looks like he's struggling here with these Wands, but it's like there are some of them he's going to knock away, but some of them he's going to take with him. Yeah, I thought I saw a backwards card here. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, and this is upright now. So now Spirit is talking about what you have to look forward to. The Queen of Wands is one who knows what she's doing, where she's going, what she wants, is not afraid to work towards it, and is whistling while she's working, right? She's got this sunflower here, which depicts, you know, a positive attitude. Okay. So after you've done your grieving, this is what you're going to be, what you're going to feel like. There's the hermit, right? So we'll put the hermit over here. This is a repeated energy. And now we have male and female hermit. This is a balance of emotion and logic in your introspection. The Page of Swords. Again, we'll move the Queen of Wands over here. The Page of Swords reversed. Again. So we're going to get one more card and then we're going to come back to the Page of Swords so we can have a complete energy here. Huh. Okay. So there's something about the dysfunction, even on either on your end or their end, your significant others and your person's end, where there's some unhealthy activity happening. So take it how it resonates. You know what I'm talking about. Um, Either you need to stop doing because it's not doing you any good, it's hurting you, damaging you, or something that they're doing that you need to stop and move away from. It could be either or, it could be both. So, this is coming out twice. So, Spirit is really saying, and it's in the middle here. So, it's really, Spirit is saying that you really need to examine what I'm saying and do whatever it is that you need to do to rid yourself of this energy because it's impeding you. And this is what is keeping you from ending, having this death upright. Okay? So that's all I'm going to say about it. So the Seven of Swords is okay. So all of these upright cards are talking about what you are growing into. And this is about what's impeding you from growing into this, right? So the Seven of Swords is about having elevated yourself in vibration and elevating yourself above this Page of Swords energy, where you are smarter than your opponents, which is a weird way of saying it, but your person, we're going to call them the opponent because in this card there's like an implied opponent where he is smarter than his opponent and tactically smarter type of thing. So this is the energy that you need to extinguish this unhealthy energy with. But what you have ahead of you is renewed self esteem, renewed self worth, right? That's going to bring you to, that's going to bring you to emotional fulfillment. Okay? Yeah. Let's rearrange this deck. And here's the hangman too, with the right perspective, with the right view as you're driving this chariot, right? And this is your destination here, emotional fulfillment and a real connection, a real pure sincere connection. Okay? So I hope this has helped you shed some of your impatience and that you're able to really see your road ahead, your path ahead that has this at the end of it. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Okay? So thank you for bringing me along on your journey. Um, Comments are welcome. I address every single comment. I appreciate everyone. I always look forward to hearing from you. I love engaging with you. Um, have a look at my other videos. Stay a while, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can check out my other videos. And I will speak to you soon. Love, light, and many blessings. All right. So those of you who have chosen pile number 3 with the orange flower, put this over. Oops. Let's see what we got. I surrender to a power greater than me. Amen. Off to a good start. Learn. Simple message. That's what we're all here to do. So right away, I and the picture also makes me feel like um hold on. The way we speak to ourselves, right? And it reminds me of a comment that I just responded to where I noticed that the commenter was particularly hard on themselves. And I was like, wait a minute. No, 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 no. You know, God loves you unconditionally. You're here to learn, you're you know, asking too much of yourself. You're supposed to make mistakes, that kind of thing. So learn. This means learn without judgment. See how I'm not sure if you see. We'll put this over here so you can see it better. As you can see that there are these arrows pointing at this, nondescript person. This is you, and there are all these arrows pointing. These are your old arrows you're pointing at yourself, you know. And learn means you're here to learn, and part of learning is making mistakes. So we're not going to beat ourselves up about the mistakes we've made looking back. We're going to, instead of a destructive way, we're going to look back in a more constructive and productive way in seeing the pearls that we might be able to bring forward with us in our path, you know, wisdom that we've learned from this situation that we can utilize in our next situation. So there's no need to be like, oh, I should have done that better, or oh, why did I do this? And that's just a waste of energy. So anyway, so those of you who are beating yourself up right now about whatever happened in your previous relationship, stop it. It's not doing you any good. It's certainly not helping you move forward. I'm wrapped up in unhealthy coping mechanisms. What did I just say? All right. So we talked enough about that for now. We're going to come back to this. If people are gossiping about you or spreading rumors, don't fall for it. No one is worth lowering your vibration for. I know that's right. Amen. Let it move through you. See it for what it is, which is a reflection of their pain rather than the result of your actions. So, you know, if there's someone else in your life contributing to this um, unhealthy feeling that we were talking about, you can just tell them, if not just in your mind, to F right off. You know, better to say it in your mind than to them. you know, we don't want to contribute to low vibration, obviously. Um, but no one is worth lowering your vibration for, right? It says it all in this card. But um, by F right off, it's, a New Yorker's way of taking your power back. You know, don't let people, you know, uh, deliver you verdicts in your own life. They're past judgment now. They're just making, dictating to you how you should feel about your actions in your life. F out of here with that. Don't let them do that. So, love. Need I say more? So, for your crystal, you have rhodonite. What is it? With a palette of deep pink and black, rhodonite gets its name from the Greek word rosy. Who needs it? Potential wasters. Those deeply sighing, I hate my job types. Sagittarians. Hmm, it's kind of unfair, but okay. Where to put it? So, if we have Sagittarians in the house, against your open heart, begging the universe to tell you WTF you should be doing with your life. Wow. This is a new deck, by the way. And in the other readings, I was reading the cards and I was like, okay, the messages are really surprising in this deck. When to use it? When that cubicle life has got you down, when it's time to drop the people pleasing facade, what were we just talking about, and start doing something that really lights you up, when you are ready to use your real unique powers to actually make this rapidly spinning planet a more beautiful place. Fabulous. Look, I've got glitter on this card. There's glitter everywhere. I love glitter, but geez, it's all over the place. It's on my cats. It's on the bed. It turned up in the kitchen. Like, oh my God, with the glitter. Oh, I hope you guys are enjoying the decorations, you know, because I did it for you guys, but wow, I'm gonna rethink the glitter next time. Okay, so, um, what can we extract from this card? Those deeply sighing, I hate my job type Sagittarians. Well, yeah, Sagittarians are always looking off and to the horizon. So that's actually a good thing, But I think that's very unfair to Sagittarians, because Sagittarians are not the ones who sit and lament about how much they hate their job for very long. Sagittarians are like, crap, I hate this job. See ya, I'm done. They're not like Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn, by the way. Capricorns will sit in that job and lament that they hate it and just kind of trudge along and forever for a very long time before they decide to leave. Sagittarians are not that. Gee, they chose the wrong zodiac sign here. Anyway, um, against your open heart, begging the universe to tell you what the f you would be doing with your life. Um, so weird. Very strange deck, I tell you. I gotta put out my own crystal deck. Um, I'm gonna leave that one alone. When that cubicle life is, yeah. All right. So, right, we talked about your this is your new love paradigm, right? So, for those of you who haven't seen your yearly reading yet, I would strongly suggest you go have a look at it. You know what? I might leave a playlist. I might leave the playlist in at the end of the video, um, like in the little box, so you can get to it easily. Maybe in the description below as well. Um, go listen to the one for your zodiac sign. So that would be your sun sign, your your north node would also be good if you want to do that as well. Um, this is you're looking specifically for love. You can look at your Venus sign. But anyway, all of the yearly readings talk about the astrology moving forward and the new paradigm that we're moving into. But also it talks about what we're presently coming out of, which is going to really speak to some of the things that you were beating yourself up for. Where's that card? Didn't we have oh here. Oh yeah. About the beating yourself up and that kind of thing. So those readings really will make you feel better about it. That there's really no need to be beating yourself up. This is the universe trying to help you learn to go through some situations that you can really grow from. Um, so let's see what the tarot says. Seven of Pentacles. So this is about he is looking at the work that he's done and wondering whether he wants to continue on this path, right? He's tired. And we have a few other cards in the tarot deck that describes the same type of feeling that I feel are probably also going to come out. Um, this is I'm really at the end of my tether, I'm fed up type feeling. And again, this is love paradigm. So this is really all speaking to what you just emerged from, which is some difficult situations. But, now's the time to celebrate that, you're free from. Before I even finish the sentence, I said, now's the time to celebrate that, you're free from it. There's the Ten of Swords. You're free from it, is what this says. This is, an ending of something painful. So you should take the time to celebrate that. Look at Ace of Cups right away. Spirit's like, anyway, moving on. This is what's coming towards you. Love. Genuine love, divine love. I feel all of you like, oh yeah, when? When is it coming? Okay. So if you do that, that's not going to help you to do that. So yeah, we're going to talk about that too. I can tell you from my own life experience. By the way, I'm single, so but I'm talking about life experience in general because let me tell you something that I have been for the past decade plus been going through utter hell. Okay? So I understand whatever that it is that you were going through, I have things to match it. We could sit down with cups of tea and really talk about it. But anyway, this is not about me, it's about you. What I mean to say is that I have learned that when you emerge from difficult things, that if you stay long enough in that level of grief where you're lamenting and you're looking back at things and you're beating yourself up and you're thinking about what you coulda, shoulda, woulda done or said, and you're thinking about what the other person did to you and your resentments and all that, negative focus, it will bog you down and you'll be spinning your wheels in that spot. And it's kind of like the universe will kind of stand by and wait until you finished, you know? They're certainly not going to hand you a big blessing while you're looping in this negative cycle, right? Does that make sense? So, when you're ready, though, again, there's no rush. The grieving process, it is what it is, right? But I'm just saying, when you're ready, leave that behind you already, Ten of Swords, which is what Ten of Swords does. Um, so that you can move towards this. How do you move towards it? With a with hope and optimism and gratitude, right? If you're grateful, and this is what I was getting to. I was saying all that to say this, that once you practice daily gratitude, even if it's just the smallest thing, I'm grateful that I have the home that I'm living in when other people are homeless. I'm grateful that I'm healthy. I'm grateful that I have food in my fridge. Just whatever it is that you can cat hair everywhere. Um Cat Hair and Glitter. It's my next book. Um when you're able to find the smallest things to be grateful for, you'll see how the universe will start to leave you a breadcrumb trail in where you need to go next. And that the things that you have to be grateful for start to multiply. And I know that sounds cliche, but I swear to you, it happens. Because it happened to me. I changed my attitude. I was living in gratitude. And then the synchronicities started happening. And the synchronicities started to grow into tangible synchronicities. Like I found this was years ago, but there was a really extraordinary week where I was unemployed, and unemployment checks don't go very far. And I was 3 days to my next check, and I had to give Four of Pentacles. So I'm not surprised to see Four of Pentacles reversed here. Um, I was driving a friend of mine home, right, who was also in the same kind of space, didn't have money or whatever, I was helping them out. So, but we had to go through a toll, right? And I only had a toll for one way. And this was before Easy Pass, like you had to go through the toll booths. So, and by the way, this friend wasn't as at all as spiritual as I was, right? So they were like, "Oh, I'm really sorry. I wish I had money to give you for the toll." And I was like, "That's okay." And he was like, "Well, maybe, when we get home, I can try and get money from someone so at least you can have the toll going back." Right? So I was like, "Okay, that's fine, but don't worry, the universe will provide." Right? So we go, um, we're in the line for the toll, and I'm going looking for my money, and then from my pocket, I put it in the well. And this guy gets in front of me, whatever. Then I get to the toll booth, and that person had paid for my toll, right? And this was, by the way, and I forgot to say that I had just emerged from a really bad pessimistic funk. This was like less than 3 months out of the funk where I was like, okay, right, I'm going to stop doing this. I'm going to get up every day, start making my bed, be optimistic and grateful and everything. I was practicing my gratitude. So anyway, we're at the toll booth. The guy miraculously, I get to the toll booth and they're like, okay, you could go. The guy in front of you paid. Right? I was like, what? And he was like, no, that guy, you're with him because he paid for you. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. So my friend in the seat was like, oh my God. Like it was the first time that he kind of started to believe the things that I was telling him. So, I had dropped him off and I had just enough to get me back home. Like it wasn't like I was practicing gratitude and boom, you're going to win the lottery. No, it's as you go along. If you believe, if you move in gratitude, the universe will start giving you what you need. And I'm going to stop it right there. And there are other stories that happened within that 3 to 6 months that I've got dozens of stories that happened like that. I found $50. This was a time that I was really strapped for cash. Unbelievable things, right? And it got more and more. The more grateful I was, the better I did. Okay? So, not to talk your ear off, but I really feel that you guys need to hear this because you're in this mode where you can't find your way out of this negative loop. You And it's not difficult to get out of that loop. You just need to decide to get out of it. That's simple. So, anyway, Four of Pentacles talks about kind of overly controlling things, of not, this is the opposite of letting go and let God, that saying, where this is a lack of optimism, just what we were talking about. A lack of optimism, a lack of faith and trust in the universe, and you're just trying to control everything and steer everything, and, you know, and to use another, cheesy cliche, you got to let God take the wheel a little. let Jesus take the wheel, like the Christians say. Yeah, because you're never going to get anywhere if you're like trying to hold on that tightly and everything. So, Page of Swords. Hold on, is this supposed to be reversed? Yes. So, Page of Swords. Page of Swords, one of the other readings got this as well. So, the Page of Swords talks about um, kind of low vibrational activity where you're not thinking clearly, which speaks to the Four of Pentacles as well. You're not thinking clearly and you're not putting good spiritual judgment to use. This is thinking solely with your head and, you know, not with your third eye and your heart chakra. And you're doing things like, checking the other person's social media or they're checking yours, however way you want to put it. And it's just the kind of thing that keeps the wound open and keeps you in that lower vibrational space that you want to break out of. So, whatever it is that you're doing, and I know you know what it is, deja vu. I think it was the last reading. It was reading number 2, I'm pretty sure, that they got the same thing, and I was telling them the same thing. Go look at that one. Where I think they also got the Four of Pentacles as well, reversed. So I do shuffle the cards. These cards were meant to come out. Um, and by the way, a good portion of the collective is in this space. So again, don't beat yourself up. We're all learning the ways of the fifth dimension, right? We're all ascending and learning how to do it. So, whatever it is, that unhealthy thing that you know that you're doing, when you're ready, you really got to examine it and try and put an end to it because I'm trying to see what I can do about this glare. There, that's better. Sorry about the glare, guys. Still learning about lighting and tech and all that business. So, yeah, Spirit's just saying that you really need to change your practices. That's all. And if you put yourself in hermit mode and really do some self introspection, some self care, self introspection, that was redundant, but introspection, self care, um, really looking within, then you're going to figure out what healthy practices you can replace with that from that. Four of Swords. That's and the Nine of Cups. These are a lot of the same cards from the last reading. It's amazing. Again, this is again a message that you are not alone. Um, Nine of Cups is emotional fulfillment, right? So this is an extension of this Ace of Cups. That this is where you are heading towards. Um, but what did I say about the self care and the introspection? Four of Swords talks about taking a beat. And I was also telling the last reading that the story of this card is back in the day when we had, royalty and knights and that kind of thing, the crusade and all that, in those times. After a battle, the soldiers, some of them would practice this death ritual where they would lie down in a coffin and kind of lie there for a bit. I think they would even spend a night in the coffin. But anyway, the idea was to really reflect on the battle and what brought them out of it alive and being grateful for being alive. And it was supposed to give them strength for the next battle, right? So this is the same type of energy that you need to take on, where you need to move from the Ten of Swords to the Four of Swords, where you're taking a beat and recalculating, you know, like GPS, like course correcting, so that you can get to this Nine of Cups. And look at the Three of Cups here. Three of Cups talks about your soul tribe. These are people who really resonate with each other. They really enjoy each other. They're celebrating each other and their successes and supporting each other. So this is very different from what you just came from. You had gaslighty, gossipy, negative people who said bad things about you, said bad things to you, made you feel less than, all that kind of low vibrational thing. You're moving from that to this high vibrational soul tribe environment. It's there for you. It's coming. But you've just got to decide to get up and walk in that direction. Death. What did I say? This is ending. This is it. The same energy as the Ten of Swords. So this is like emotional fulfillment is destined for you, but take a beat and reflect so that you can find your soul tribe. But before you do that, you've got to close out your negative feelings and your negative paradigm that you are in so that you can enter the new one. I don't know which one that was supposed to be, so I'm going to keep going. I think Spirit really wanted what was in that last. Okay. This one. Okay. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. He is the fastest moving knight. You see how dynamic. Let's put this here. Sorry. You see how dynamic this card is? There's fast movement here. The horse is really galloping. The knight is charging forward. The background is moving swiftly past him. This dude is moving. All right. So the last card here is saying, and see how he's facing this way? It says, make haste to death. Make haste to ending and closing out this cycle so that you can hurry up and get to the Nine of Cups. Anything else from this deck? No, we're done with this deck. Okay, I'm feeling like this might hurt. Cool. So this might hurt deck. They're my favorite deck. Let's see what we got here. We'll get 4 cards. We've got the Tower reversed. Of course. The Magician reversed. I don't really need to ask, but both of them reversed, yeah? Okay. Judgment reversed. Ace of Wands upright. Thank you, Spirit. It's the perfect message. So again, the tower reverse. The tower is about a tower moment happens when spirit is shutting down a cycle. This is spirit saying, okay, enough already. This is done. I'm ending this. Right? So the universe has ended it, but now it's up to you to walk away. There's nothing but rubble left now. Let's not, um, you know, linger in the rubble and wallow in the rubble and the mud and the muck. Walk away already because Nine of Cups is waiting for you. The magician is all about having all the resources you need to build what you want in life. But it's reversed. This says that you haven't stepped into that power yet. And this is classic in a situation where you're grieving, right? Because you don't feel very powerful when you're grieving. There's like this hopelessness, and the pain is just so searing that it's blinding. You know, that's where you are right now. But in time, you're going to walk away from this tower. You're going to step into your power. The judgment is about, well, first of all, the classic judgment card is about really opening your crown chakra, and um, it's like the revelation, the kind of born again card where you have this eureka moment and you're getting downloads from spirit, and you're really connected with spirit, and you're understanding where spirit wants you to go and what to do or whatever. But this in this deck, the judgment has an extra message where Anubis is depicted here. This is the entity, the Egyptian god Anubis here, which is kind of like Saint Peter at the gates of heaven that judges who enters or not. This is the Egyptian equivalent of that. And he has um, this balance scale that he places your heart on. And if your heart is heavier than a feather, it means that you are carrying karmic debt, and that you are not permitted into the gates of heaven. Like you still have work to do and that kind of thing. So this talks about karma, right? So it's reversed. So this means that there is a lot of, like I said before, lamenting and thinking about the other person and what they did and how it was unfair and what they deserve or not deserve. So Spirit is saying, listen, just let God take care of their karma, and because everyone answers to karma. Everyone. You have to have faith that that person is going to deal with their karma. Oh, look, and we said we have the Page of Swords here. Stop checking for their karma too. Is another thing. They will get their karma. You have to have faith that they will. And you have to come to terms with the fact that you may not be meant to see their karma delivered to them, is another. And if you'll permit me to talk about this, I know that we've been talking for a bit, but it's important for you to know that sometimes, a lot of the time, God will allow you to see your aggressors or antagonists, whatever you want to call it, the adverse person, um, get their karma delivered. And that'll often happen so that you can gain your faith in karma. right? And I'm there. I believe wholeheartedly in karma, and you know, I can walk away from an adverse situation knowing that they're going to get their karma and I don't need to go check for it. I'm saying all that to say that you need to come to terms with the fact that their karma is their karma and leave them to God. And you may or may not have the privilege of seeing it delivered, if that makes sense. Most of the time, we do see it delivered, but you may not see it. But once you accept that and you move forward, you're gonna care less and less about that anyway. But right now, you're dwelling on it, is what this is saying. So just let it go. And so perfect, the Ace of Wands upright. Oh my God, Spirit. Unbelievable today. Ace of Wands simply is saying, get on with it. Leave all this behind and get on with it. Ace of Wands is a fire energy. Wands are fire, and fire is action. So this is the universe. See, this hand is coming out of nowhere. You've seen the ace cards before. This hand is coming nowhere, out of nowhere, handing you a wands. This is the universe handing you fire. This is like putting a fire under your butt. Like, let's go already. Leave that alone and move. Let's go because we've got something better for you. Okay? So I really, really hope, I hope upon hope that this makes you feel better and this helps draw you out of the funk because I know what that funk feels like. But I also know the nourishing freedom that you feel when you emerge from this. So it would be my privilege that I helped you get out of it. Um, if you stayed this long, thank you for visiting my space. I hope you come again. I love to hear your comments. I answer every single one. Those of you who are returning and have interacted with me in the comment section, you know that I love talking to you guys. So please, if you feel comfortable, I would love to hear from you. Like it and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell because a lot of you subscribers are missing some of my videos. Um, and YouTube has been really weird about that too. So just check the notification bell and I'll speak to you soon. Love, light, and many, many blessings to you. Okay, so those of you who chose pile number 4, the last pile, the blue flower, let's see what we got here. My vibes speak louder than words. I love this card. I get this card often in the other readings. Naughty talk. That's a card I don't get very often. It makes me happy to see you thriving, even though it's without me. Okay, so yeah, we'll stop right there. This is recurring energy, where most of the collective are changing love positions. They're leaving their relationships. And it's because of the new paradigm that we're moving into. And this is something that those of you returning viewers, welcome back, have heard many, many times and will continue to hear it because of the new astrological path that the collective is taking. We are entering a new paradigm. And if you haven't seen your yearly reading for 2024, You should really go look for it. I'm gonna put a link in the description box, and maybe I'll put a little end box at the top of the screen so you can get to it easily. I'll link the I'll link the playlist. So it's by zodiac sign. So you can choose your sun sign, but also you might want to look at your north node, which talks about your path, your rising sign, your moon sign. If you're especially intent on hearing about love, maybe you want to choose your Venus sign. And if you don't know what any of those are, you can calculate them very, very easily online. You just Google it, calculate my Venus sign, and you'll find many sites that'll do it for you for free. So, and that's the practice that you should do whenever you listen to tarot readings. And one reading doesn't seem to resonate, it's okay. Go for your rising sign next, and then your north node and so on. I personally would go for my north node after my sun sign, and then maybe rising, but whatever. So, yes, I was talking about paradigms. So, this was a theme in, I think it was either one of the timeless videos or one of the monthly zodiac videos, where they were leaving their significant other, and I got the idea that there was a great gap in vibration. The one who you're leaving is not vibrating anywhere closely to you, and that's becoming more and more apparent. And where you are ascending and they are not ascending, or ascending at a much, much slower pace than you, and you just can't see eye to eye anymore anyway. Um, but the my vibes speak louder than words. Very, very important in this situation, because you always want to leave a relationship as painlessly as possible, because engaging in lower vibration uh, activities like name calling and spitefulness and that kind of thing doesn't serve anyone, leaves you with karmic debt, and it's just not good. So, but also, you are vibrating higher than the other person. We all carry some responsibility to the collective. And before I continue what I'm saying, we don't have responsibility over others. That's not what I'm saying. But at the same time, I am saying that God always gives us opportunities to give others a leg up, right? So if you're ascending and they're on a lower vibration than you, your conduct when you are leaving this relationship will set an example for them in whatever way they're able to absorb it. That's up to them. But you see where I'm getting here, that it can be your last lesson to them on how to behave, you know? Just because something is not happening right now doesn't mean that it will never happen. Divine timing is at play. Be patient and trust the process, for sure. We can't be impatient when we're ascending and we're switching paradigms. Ask for guidance. Yes. If you feel lost and you're in that spinning of the wheels type feeling, just tell Spirit, I feel like I'm spinning my wheels. Help me, please. And you will receive it. It's that simple, really. And for those of you who don't pray, who don't meditate, um, who are not used to speaking to Spirit, just try it. It's not difficult. It's just sitting in a quiet space and just talking. Or if it's easier, you can talk to a deceased relative or whatever. Picture them sitting in front of you and talk to them as if they were sitting there in front of you. It's just really that simple. And obviously, you're not going to get an answer right away from them, or you may. Sometimes you can get downloads right away, but those downloads sound like your own voice. And it's just that, oh my gosh, what a great idea that comes to you as you're talking. That's a download, you know? Topaz. So, this is a crystal deck that I picked up. The jury's out on whether I like it. It's the pictures are really less than. I'm not crazy about them, and the descriptions can be kind of weird. So let's see how this one is. Topaz. What is it? Topaz is the world's hardest silicon-based mineral. Its name alludes to the Sanskrit word for fire. In the Middle Ages, it was believed to cure crazy. Really, I didn't know that. Who needs it? Anyone burning. A. The midnight oil. B. The candle at both ends. C. Bridges. D. All of the above. Okay. Where to put it? Wherever the action needs to happen. That where to put it category is so weird and unnecessary, but whatever. I can't help it. I always I always analyze cards when I get them. Um, when to use it? When you're aiming in the right direction, keeping but keep misfiring. Passion is totally indispensable, but if you're not careful with it, it might burn you up for sure. Call on Topaz to transform wild obsessions into laser like focus and burning desires into getting things done. Increase your firepower. Wow, this Topaz, the last reading could have definitely used this card, that's for sure. Because that was really about, you know, stop wallowing in the BS and move on to this beautiful thing that Spirit's trying to hand to you, Um, but who knows? Maybe you're like, okay, so this is very much that same energy. The chariot is about movement, and you've got a reverse chariot, which is talking about stagnation. Now, one can be stagnant when they are grieving. So, every single one of these pick a card readings so far has been varying degrees of and at varying levels of grief and exiting relationships. I feel like your exit is longer than the others. More than a year, more than 2 years. Okay, a year and a half maybe. All right, that's not that long, but long enough that especially regardless of how long it is. Again, we're talking about the yearlies. Um, the astrology is really urging people to move forward because this is a brand new paradigm again. So the universe is going to be like, okay, time to go. But at the same time, um, I never ever want to rush anyone in their grief. If you don't feel like moving, I can never be like, "Oh, get over it." That's not productive. But there will be energies coming to you that's going to help you heal quicker and get you into this upright chariot quicker. So, but if you're resistant to that energy, you're going to be spinning your wheels. So hopefully by the end of this reading, you're going to at least give yourself a chance in, allowing yourself to absorb the spiritual energies that are, being directed towards you. Here's the Eight of Wands. This totally says what I was talking about the astrology and how things are moving faster. See how these wands are flying? This is about swift movement, right? Which is very appropriate next to an upside down chariot, next to the chariot period, because this is movement, but this says fast movement. And this fast movement is something you should be grateful for, about by the way, and not fill you with anxiety. This isn't like, oh my God, it's going too fast, I can't handle it. This is like, moving fast out of the grief and bringing you out of your pain fast. That's the spirit helping you not be in pain anymore. Okay. So is this a cross card? Upright card. Okay, good. Seven of Pentacles upright. Yes. Okay. All right. What else we got? The Magician upright is a very good sign. Magician tells you that you have everything you need to build a new life in your new paradigm. And it's upright, which says that if you're in a funk and you're in that spinning of the wheels, this upside down chariot energy, that you're not that deeply stuck in the mud. You're like emerging from this tarot energy, which is good. And also, yeah, that's what this is saying. Upside down chariot, and you have an upright uh Eight of Swords, right? So this is swift movement out of a funk. Good for you. I'm feeling excited now. I started like, uh, now I've got to look at the star. Oh, my beautiful souls. Okay, what else do we have? This is a very good reading, guys. What else we got? Whoa, Two of Cups. Is this reversed? It is reversed. Okay. What else we got? So Two of Cups reversed says, first of all, the Two of Cups are two people who are vibrating closely, who have feelings for each other, who are choosing each other. But we're gonna get to Two of Cups. Whoa. Queen of Wands upright, right? How about the other cards? No? Okay. So we're ending with the Queen of Wands. Fabulous. Very good reading, guys. A really beautiful reading. You guys are doing well. I don't have to worry about you guys. The other readings, yeah, are having a little bit harder time. I think you're really emerging from your dark night. Ace of Wands. So Ace of Wands, the last reading got to upright. Um, this is the get on with it card. Um, but see, for the last reading, it was more of a suggestion, like a command from the universe, like let's go. But yours is more like depicting what you are presently doing. You are in this energy of, okay, what's next? But, you know, and I do think you're stepping into your power here, but at the same time, you're kind of you're not quite standing in your full optimism yet. The Queen of Wands has the opposite story here, but we're going to get to that. The King of Swords. The King of Swords and the Queen of Swords are two of my favorite cards in the deck. I love them so much because they have such fabulous stories. The King of Swords is a very, very smart person who is very good with dealing with BS. They know how to deal with it. They're smarter than the stupid people who are standing in front of them. He speaks with economy. He doesn't have much to say. He doesn't argue with people, certainly not. And, but he'll kind of sit there like, okay, I'll let you talk, you know? And, he lets other people hang themselves with their tongues. But anyway, his sword represents his, the fact that he never hesitates to cut out the BS in his life, right? And now this is you, and it's upright too, and it's under the chariot, right? So this is you, like, right, I know what to do now. I'm done with the BS. I know what I don't want in my life, right? And I'm sticking to that. Four of Wands reversed talks about um upright. It's often called the marriage card. And sometimes it can depict marriage. And maybe that's what's waiting for you in the future. I don't know. But really, this talks about living in harmony and having other people in your life that are matching your vibration and working shoulder to shoulder with you, who thinks kind of in the same way, who has the same sort or close to the same ambitions and that kind of thing, right? Vibrational harmony, this is. People who will support you in what you do, all those great things that you would expect out of a soul tribe, right? But right now it's upside down. So it's just simply saying that it hasn't arrived yet, but it's coming, especially because it's under the Eight of Wands, which talks about your movement towards this. But it's a little bit of a ways off yet, right? We've got some work to do first, right? And even without this reading, the astrology would definitely point to that. The entire collective has work to do. So, right? So this isn't just you doing the work. This is also your soul tribe somewhere out there doing their work too. They're not ready for you either, right? So, but soon you're making your way to each other. Now, the star talks about your potential and in recognizing your own potential, in knowing how to cultivate that potential so that you can manifest the life that you want. Two of Cups talks about the Four of Wands, but this is the Four of Wands is kind of in in this reading feels more like soul tribe, but it doesn't really matter. This really talks about genuine divine connections as opposed to the karmic connections that you are leaving behind and you're cutting out of your life, right? King of Swords is energy, right? But Two of Cups, like the Four of Wands, these harmonious connections are destined for you. They're in your path. But again, you have work to do. And what do you need to get there? Get to work, but in the Queen of Wands energy, which the Queen of Wands, she's got this wand from the universe that was handed to her. She takes this wand and grows it into a staff, and it helps her move forward with the sunflower is very, very important here. It is about optimism and gratitude and always looking up and see, and she's looking off in the distance too. This is someone who knows where they're going. They have faith in where they're going. They're optimistic in whatever they do, even if there is um, an obstacle. They're happy to clamor over it and keep going. Nothing bothers the Queen of Wands because she knows she's going to get there eventually. She's got these lions behind her, which talks about her inner strength and her self esteem and the whole knowing who she is. And she's got lions down here, she's got lions surrounding her. She knows who she is, she's confident in who she is, right? Where are the salamanders? Not in this deck, but sometimes the King and Queen of Wands can have salamanders that talk about um, protection and having faith in the protection, but no matter because the lions encompass that as well. She's secure in who she is and what's backing her. So let's see. We're going to take some clarity from the This Might Hurt deck. So, Four Swords reversed. King of Cups reversed. Well, we'll finish taking these cards out. Four of Wands reversed, right? We've got Four of Wands again reversed. The Sun upright. So we've got the same kind of, and hold on, let's put this away. Isn't that interesting that we have the Sun above the Queen of Wands here, which this kid is in a field of sunflowers. So this is optimism. So what's going to fuel this chariot here is the sunflowers, your optimism. Four of Wands has come out reversed again. This is just spirit reinforcing the fact that you should absolutely have faith that your soul tribe is destined for you. But the other reason why, though, that they're reversed is that I'm really feeling like your faith in this is kind of on the low side. Well, here I wasn't feeling it, but now that it's reinforced, that's what I'm feeling. So I hope that when we close this out, you're feeling more of this Four of Wands upright because it is truly coming for you. You just need to be patient. And again, I really think also that you'll start to feel better once you see the yearly. I know you will. King of Cups is one. Okay. So now, the appearance of the King of Cups is pretty much what a person watches a Valentine's Day love reading for. This is what you hope to come out. Next to the Two of Cups, of course, which you got that already. So, King of Cups is the proverbial Prince Charming. Well, you know the Knight of Wands and well, the Knight of Swords can kind of be that, and the Knight of Pentacles. But the King of Cups is one who is the opposite of all of what you're moving away from. He would never dream of taking you for granted or your feelings for granted. He does not play games, and he doesn't tolerate it played with him either. But when he loves genuinely and sweetly. This is a divine lover. This is everything that you want. Reciprocity, you know, emotional accessibility. This is a king. This is your king that you've been waiting for, or your queen, however gender you want to put it. This is your divine counterpart. And I don't want to say like soulmate or whatever. I really kind of shy away from that because it's just, it puts too much weight on things and I don't like it. But anyway, Four of Swords. Four of Swords. Did we? Oh no, that was the last reading, got Four of Swords in this deck. But anyway, Four of Swords is about taking a beat, introspection, um, resting after a strenuous and, traumatic event, but it's reversed. So, and again, very interesting that it came on top of the Chariot reversed. This is kind of a reinforcement of the Chariot reversed, where things are not where they should be. Mm, I don't want to say that either. You're in your grieving stage and still in pain, type of thing. And this is healing process incomplete, is pretty much what I want to say about this for this reading. So, which is okay, not a criticism at all. This is more of a validation than a criticism, right? So, hmm, yeah, no, I don't think Spirit has anything. You know what I have in my mind right now, like the buffering circle is kind of like this, like you're getting there, but take a beat, give yourself a moment, right? So at the end of this, though, here you have the Sun and the Queen of Wands. It's coming. The sun and the sun's coming out very soon because it's upright too. Queen of Wands is upright. So this Four of Swords buffering, it's at like 90%. You're gonna get there very, very soon. Okay, beautiful souls. Love and lots of healing energy out to you. If you stayed this long, thank you for listening the whole way. Um, please leave a comment. I love comments. I engage with everyone and reply to everyone. I love engaging with you in the comment section. So if you feel comfortable, please do. Um, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my other videos. Um, notification bell is very important because YouTube has been really weird with subscriptions lately. Especially, I've noticed with my own subscriptions where, you know, I have a channel that I really like, but I'm like, how did I miss these last 5 posts? And it's because the notification bell wasn't pressed. So go ahead and press that notification bell, and I'll talk to you soon. Love, light, and many, many blessings.